Coming out of intense exercise, you may be losing a lot of sweat, but it's too late to talk about hydration post-workout. Today, we're going to talk about how to hydrate effectively for athletes. There's very good data to show that even the slightest bit of dehydration can affect performance in athletes at a very large scale. Sodium is, of course, one of the most well-known electrolytes, but it's not the only one. To be hydrated, you have to strike a balance between sodium, potassium, magnesium, chloride. There isn't a lot of a definitive answer to how much water you should use. There's a lot of different examples out there that we cover in the blog. However, we use an equation proposed by the University of Missouri, which is simple and effective. Take your body weight in pounds, cut it in half, and that's how many ounces of water you drink per day. That's before exercise. Now, for exercise, you do have to compensate. Some people use per time. For instance, every 30 minutes of exercise would be 12 ounces of water. I like to weigh myself before and after intense exercise like jiu-jitsu, and for every pound lost, the American College of Sports Medicine estimates between 15 and 23 ounces. I go at 20 ounces per pound. We have a really great podcast with Doug Kalman, who's a UFC nutritionist, talking about how he manages hydration for those athletes if you're interested. But this water amount has to be augmented by the electrolytes that you're reintroducing that you lose. 3 to 5 grams of sodium per day is the average for the population in America. But if you're sweating for an hour of very hard training, that will change that, of course. That said, you do need to balance sodium with potassium. We like a 2-to-1 ratio of potassium to sodium, but don't forget the magnesium. Of course, most people will use magnesium before bed. So for me, post-workout, I like to consume 20 ounces of water, a high-dose hydration product that contains a large amount of sodium and potassium. And since I train at night, before bed, I take 3 caps of Jocko's magnesium. And one thing to note is that while a lot of products will be 0 carb, don't be afraid of grabbing things that have 1, 2, 3 grams of carbs. Carbohydrates have hydrate in their name for a reason, and they are very helpful for shuttling hydration. This is just how I do hydration though. You let me know. What do you like to do post-workout for rehydration and around the day?